Hey, welcome back to another Mind the Mic podcast. I'm your host, Shubz, here with a very, very, very special guest today. First ever time doing a podcast, which I was surprised to hear. And I'm very grateful to be the first podcast that the sisters graced. You might know her hubby and herself from a lot of their content, Javier 676 and their kids. Peta Matangi, what's good, sis? How are you?
I'm good, thank you. I'm good.
Yeah, solid, solid. Oh, for anybody that don't know you, can you give us a little background on yourself, little synopsis on you, Peta?
On me, I am Peta. I am a mother of four crazy people. Um, Obviously married to Javier.
Hmm?
Yeah, I there's not really much to say. My background
Come
is
on,
Scottish Italian.
okay, you there you
Um,
go. There you go. Now we're starting to get somewhere.
I grew up. I'm from actually originally from Sydney.
Oh, okay.
Um, Born in Sydney, but then was raised in Queensland and then moved to WA where I met my husband
Yep,
and had three of the kids. So yeah,
yep.
yeah, that's yeah.
Solid. So, what age did you move to WA?
I think I was 19.
Oh, what was the go there? Just like bit of an adventure. Or...
I could say that. Kind of followed somebody that
Oh, okay.
didn't work out with. Like,
Yeah,
yeah,
yeah. Yeah.
but yeah, that
Such as
was
life.
yeah,
We all got past, sister. Yeah, we all
yeah.
got past. Yeah. Is that where the oldest one originally came from, or no?
No, no, no. So Kiara, because she's 18, so I had her pretty much. I fell pregnant with her after high school.
Oh,
Yeah. So, yeah, her biological is kind of ghost. So,
okay.
yeah,
Yes.
yeah.
She got a cool dad anyway. She got a cool dad
Oh,
anyway.
100%,
Yeah.
100%.
Yeah. What is she? What is the heritage for her side?
She's also Tongan.
Oh, she likes the giddy up so sister Peta. Hey, listen.
Yeah.
Yeah, up the toko see. Yeah. Well, you got the right toko now. You got the right toko now. Hey, let's go.
Exactly. Well, he's stuck with me anyway, so
Yeah, stuck together, stuck together. Hey, stuck
that's
together.
it. That's
So
it.
what age were you in Sydney? So you born in Sydney? How long you live in
I
Sydney
was born
before?
in Sydney. I lived in Sydney until I was 13.
Oh yeah, that's a bit of
Yeah.
life.
So,
Whereabouts did you grow up over these ways?
so I was born in Auburn. I went to school in Parramatta. I
Where's
went
Auburn? What's that?
Auburn. Do you know what? Don't ask me now because I can't tell you. I
Oh, okay,
don't know.
okay. My bad, my bad. All good.
Yeah. So I was born in Auburn, went to school in Parramatta. The last school I went to, which was my first high school, was
Yep.
James Busby, which is in Busby, which was close to where I was living in Bonnyrigg. So
Oh, okay. That was the last school before you
before I
get.
left, yeah,
Yeah. So what was life
yeah.
like there for you? Like what
Oh,
kind of upbringing?
yeah, it was interesting. Like myself as well. Like I was raised by my stepdad,
Okay.
and then my mom. So, yeah. So I don't really remember obviously too much growing up, but I just yeah, it was just me and my brother. That I do have other siblings, but they had moved overseas, and I do have a brother who had passed away as well. So yeah, but life I remember life in Sydney was pretty hectic. It was just a lot of moving and stuff like
Yeah.
that. So
Not
yeah,
really planted, eh? Just
no, yeah, all over the
mm.
place.
Solid. Did you support an NRL team or anything growing up? Because obviously rugby league's pretty big in Sydney.
Well, yeah, I used to actually follow the Eels back then.
Oh, para! Yeah.
Yeah, but you know what's funny? I'm born in New South Wales. I had always gone for Queensland.
Oh, well, you just want to be a rebel. We're just trying to
I
be
just,
like,
I don't know, Queensland, because well, my family all are from Queensland because when they came over
oh,
from
originally.
Scotland, yeah,
Okay.
so when my mum's side of the family, when they moved over from Scotland, they planted in Queensland.
Mm.
So
What's the
I don't
Scottish
know,
name on from your mum maiden name? Is it
uh,
Scottish
her,
or
yeah, her last name is Sayers. Like it's a Scottish name, but
Oh,
it's pretty basic.
Tennessee's.
Yeah, so but yeah, so I guess that's why I don't know. I just love Queensland.
Yeah, no, no, fair enough. But Para, are you still a Para fan or nah?
Yeah, no,
Who you go for now?
no, I go for the Broncos now.
No, 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 no.
No, one of my favorite players is on the Broncos, so I have to
Who's
support
that? Who that is?
Payne Haas.
Oh yeah.
Good old Payne Haas, yeah. Yep.
Oh.
I met
Shut.
him actually. I got to meet him this year. Well, I was at a work function and they walked behind us and I was like, oh my gosh, that's him. Let's take a photo.
Yeah.
So, yeah,
Did he know who he
did.
was too?
I don't I think his brothers or his cousins or his nephews, whoever he was with, I think they knew who I was.
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah.
Bugger,
Because I
nice.
was with my other daughter.
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
So, work function. What's the work function? What do you do for work?
I'm a disability support worker.
Oh, solid. That's some
Yeah.
that's some hectic mahi. Oh, not Tongan mahi, Maori mahi. That's some hectic work.
It
Yeah.
is definitely hectic. Yeah. Yeah. I work with a very complex client, so it's
Mm.
interesting. Yeah.
Did you have you always been in that field? How long you been in that field?
No, I've been in this field for I think almost 3 years now, but I did youth work as well prior to this.
Oh.
Um, yeah, and then before that I was a debt collector in WA.
Oh, not the hold on a minute. Tell us how does this work? Peta Matangi, how does Peta Matangi debt collecting work?
Oh, you know what? That was by far the best job I ever had.
Yeah,
And if
tell us.
yeah, I was a debt collector for a company in WA. The team that I was put on was absolutely amazing, but just you have to locate people. So you have to find people, and there's a
What do you
specific rate.
use? Okay.
Oh, we get different like software that we have access to. Um,
Ooh.
yeah,
Yeah,
it's pretty good.
yeah. Do you know how to
So
hide people from there? No, 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 thanks.
well, I can tell you how to avoid
Yeah.
your debt. No.
Okay, okay. Yeah, pay it. No, no, no.
Well, that's the best way, but yeah, no, but there is a particular race that not being racist, but
Yeah.
there is a particular race that know how to fly under the radar. So
Ethnicity, eh? Is that what you say? Yeah.
yeah, yeah.
Because we one race, a
So
human race.
exactly
Yeah.
100. Yeah. But they're the best ones to look for because it's such a challenge. And
Oh,
like,
really? Who's the?
yeah,
Can we put the ethnicity out there for the brothers that are really good at it?
that we had to look for.
Yeah.
Oh, Indians.
Two of the brothers, but they probably have fake names though. Two of the brothers, eh?
Nah, they see it's funny because they all majority of them have like similar to the same name. Yeah, so that then like you type in a specific last name and like thousands and thousands of people come up. But then there's always a loop. There's always like that little hole that you just get through and you're like, ah, got you. So
Oh, true. So yeah, but
yeah.
so when you say debt collector, like I'm thinking debt collecting, like pay the
Like I'm
money,
about to
boom, yeah, right, like you just go
I
around now fucking
mean,
people.
if I could do that, no, no.
No way.
No, so
But yeah, so debt collecting. What the yeah? That
yeah.
was
So just like credit card loans, bank loans, and all that.
yeah.
So yeah,
You
just
or you
calling
just
up.
bring them up and okay.
Yeah, calling them up, putting them on a plan. So yeah, but I really enjoyed that job. So there's a lot of
Yeah,
benefits to debt collecting. So
yeah. Like what? Can you share something?
yeah. So yeah, yeah. So when you're like, because you work in teams. The
Mm-hmm.
team I was put onto was called the Wolf Pack, and we were the top team. And I'm pretty sure they're still the top team.
Oh!
Yeah. So whenever you make um when people pay, so they can pay, some people pay upfront the whole debt.
Oh, some people
So
actually do pay it
yeah, yeah,
like straight
yeah.
up.
Because
Oh,
some
that's
people
cool.
actually didn't realize that they had these debts
Oh
or
yeah, yeah,
a
yeah.
specific debt. So when you call them like, holy crap, okay, yep, how much? Oh, that's $10,385.10. Okay, I'll pay that right now on credit card. Oh, Yeah, that's cool. I'll put that in right now. And then, you get to ring a bell. So if you ring it 10 times, that's 10 grand. And then, I had one of them where it was 20 grand. So I got to ring the bell 20 times and you get like, bonuses and stuff. So
Oh,
yeah, it's
solid.
pretty good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Might
Yeah.
have to be a dick collector. Yeah.
It's heaps fun. It's heaps fun.
Tring. Yeesh, so how long did you do that for, that job?
Oh, that was like 3 years, I believe. I only quit because when I gave birth to Mella, we found out she was sick. So, yeah, I couldn't return back to work for a while.
Hmm. So,
Yeah.
what's it like being a teen mum? Like, it's sort of a teen mum. Well, you just finished high
Yeah,
school.
yep. I was 17 when I fell pregnant
Oh,
and gave birth when I was 18. Yeah.
yeah.
So, it was hard because I was obviously a single teen mum. Um, Thankful for my mum because she did help a lot. But I grew up real quick. Like, I had to obviously mature really fast and um I had to provide for another human. So that was, yeah, it was full on, but I made it through, so good.
Hmm. Ah, good on you, this is. But
Yeah.
so you were single. So when you came over to Perth from Brizzy, was that another Tongan brother or different? Or
Uh, no, no, he wasn't the one
um,
that I
yeah, when
followed
you when you
over to
moved
study.
over, yeah.
No, he was a Samoan.
Oh yeah. Then back to the right,
Yeah,
back to the roots. See, after that, back to the roots.
yeah,
Mm. Yeah, solid. But
yeah.
how long are you here before you meet the Toko? Before you meet Eli?
I met Eli in WA. I was
Yeah,
actually.
that's what I mean. Yeah, because I'm in WA too. I'm in Perth.
Oh, you're in WA.
Mm.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah, that's right. Yeah, what year did we meet? I think it was 2012.
Yeah.
But yeah, I was actually planning my move home back to
Oh, true.
Queensland. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
I was packing up. I had my truck ready, everything, and
Oh,
then I
like
met.
that planning. You
I
you
had,
ready
yeah,
ready?
I was ready
Oh.
because I was done being in WA. Yeah. So I started making my plans to come home to
Hmm.
Queensland to my family, and I then met Eli.
Tell us that
That
story because
was,
I've heard his version. Let's hear the
oh
real version.
God. Oh, which version did you hear? Because he's got like 100 different
Well, give
versions.
me your version and then we'll see. Yeah, we'll compare the pair.
Well, I was living near Fremantle.
Oh, Frio. Yeah.
So, yeah, I went out with my best friend. I managed to convince her to move over with me for a little bit. So, I was I was at work and I was like, let's go out tonight. Got home, do what girls do. We were drinking, we were getting ready. It was just the two of us. Got a cab into Frio, and I got I was extremely intoxicated that night. That night, it was a big night for me because I had finally let go of my past. Because it
What do you
was
mean?
bad, like because I broke up
Oh,
with my ex,
yeah.
but he still kind of controlled me for a few years
Oh, so yeah,
afterwards.
so yeah, finally got rid
So
of all that shit.
finally, yeah, finally let that go, cut that off, and went out to Frio. We were so intoxicated. I was extremely intoxicated. We went to one bar, drank, went to another bar, drank, and then I almost got arrested. I almost got
Oh,
hit by,
snap!
yeah,
Holy Rexus!
big night. It was a massive night. I almost got arrested.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
almost got hit by a car. And then just after all that, it was like where Frio Metros is, yeah?
Yep.
Yeah, so he was working the door there. So, from the Clink to Frio Metros, yeah, that's where I was walking. And then out
Oh,
of
okay.
nowhere, there was
Oh,
no one in,
literally.
literally.
Let's go.
And then there he was. He was standing there. He was at the door because he was the bouncer, and
Mm,
he was looking the other way. I remember exactly how he was standing,
yeah.
everything,
Ah,
and
I
then
see
I
you over there. Ah.
and then like I just kept walking, and then he turned his head and he looked my way and he just smiled. Man, that smile, that big
Got you.
ass smile he's got,
Got
that
you,
was it.
Aces.
That's it, yeah. That's it. It just got me. It
Wow.
literally
Got him.
stole my soul.
Wow. Just the smile.
And
The
yeah.
doctor didn't even tell me about the smile. See, the
Oh,
smile. Eh?
yeah. Yeah, then he thought we were trying to get in there, and I was like, "Oh no, I
Oh,
need to
yeah,
eat." Like,
you were trying to get in there.
later. Nah, I was like, "No, I'm actually I want to go eat. Like, I'm hungry." And then, we were just chatting, and then um then I was just like telling him like, I don't want to take you home, and I want to take you home and look after you. Like, I want to
Oh,
wash your
yeah.
clothes and feed
Oh,
you. Like, that's what I was saying
oh,
to him.
snap.
And then
What a winner.
I know, oh, it's crazy. And then like my best friend was there, and she can tell you, like, and then
Yeah,
I was
jump on
saying
the
to
podcast next night. What's up, there?
and then I just said I was like, "Oh, what's your name?" And that's when I was like, "Okay, shut up," because he's like, "Oh, it's Jonathan." I was like, "You are not no Jonathan. I went to school with Islanders. I've been around Islanders. You are not a Jonathan. So don't don't even do that to me. Every Islander you meet is either John or Jonathan or Junior." I was like, "Hell no." And then that was it. I walked off. I didn't get
Yeah,
his number,
okay.
nothing.
Oh, that was it.
That was it.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay, that's good.
Then, well, sorry, my bad. We took a selfie. He wanted, like, I don't know. I think I wanted the selfie, or
I'm
he
sure
wanted the
you wanted
selfie.
it. You both
Probably me,
wanted
because
it.
I was the drunk white girl. And then,
Mm. You don't
oh
really
yeah,
sound
no,
like a white girl anyway. But carry on, because you've been around. It's
I
just, you
think
don't
that,
really.
yeah,
Yeah.
everyone says that, but I think it's just being around islanders like
Yeah.
my whole life,
Well,
basically.
yeah, yeah.
So yeah, we took a selfie and then walked off. Went to Hungry Jack's and almost got into a fight and then
What'd
went
you get at
home.
Hungry
Like,
Jack's? What's your go-to at Hungry Jack's?
I don't even like Hungry Jack's.
Oh, no bacon
Yeah.
deluxes for you. Mm.
No, I mean, I do like bacon deluxe though, if I was to
Yeah,
go
come
there,
on now.
because it's
Come
got
on now.
bacon on it. It's bacon.
Bacon deluxe, cuz. Yeah.
But I actually don't like Hungry Jack's. But yeah, then after that I went home. Then 2 weeks later, I was like, I'm gonna go out. But that night I went out with my sister because my best friend was busy, and I was like,
Oh, your sister's there now. You didn't tell me your sister was there.
that's a whole other
Oh.
conversation. Yeah, that's a conversation we probably don't need to share on
Oh,
here.
yeah, no. Yeah. See you later. Love you,
Yeah,
sis. See you. Shout out to sis.
yeah. hmm so I went out with her and we basically went there because I was like, I want to go and get his number.
Oh,
And
true. You went with the intent to find the
yes,
guy.
I went with the intent to find the guy, and I found the guy. And it was
Keep
funny
going, sis. I can hear you.
because, yep, all good. It was funny because he didn't usually work the door in Frio until midnight or later. So it was just by random that he happened to be on early in Frio that night. And then I was just like, oh my gosh. So I went up to him and I was like, do you remember? And surprisingly, he did.
Mhm.
And then I froze. I could not speak. And then my sister just jumped in and was like, she wants your number. And then he paused. It was like a minute silence and awkward. I was like, oh shit, this is a no. And I was like, oh, all good.
This is not
And
gonna
then
go
he's
well.
like,
This is not going well.
yeah. I was like, oh, this was a mistake. I'm just gonna go
Yeah,
get wasted now.
yeah.
But no, and he just turned around, he gave me his number, and I was like, oh crap, okay. And I was like, your name's not Jonathan. What's your real name? And he started laughing. He goes, Eli. And that was it. That was it. And then I messaged him, and it literally went from there. Then he came over one night after he finished work. He literally bought me McDonald's, and we watched the Gridiron on TV. I think San Francisco was playing that time,
Yeah.
and that was
Oh,
it.
you watch
And
Gridiron? You
then,
like Gridiron?
yeah, I like American football.
Mm.
Um, so yeah, and then I just went from there, and then I I obviously told him like because my daughter at the time was my oldest was living in New Zealand at the time for a little bit. So then I was
Who
like,
she
oh
lived
shit,
there
I
with?
better hey.
Who was she in New Zealand with?
Just with some family.
Your family? Mm.
No, or
Oh,
like my ex's
yeah. Oh,
family.
yeah.
Yeah, yeah. Because um his my ex's mum really took a love and
Oh,
like
yeah. So
everything
she,
to
so she's
Kiara.
still,
So
she's still good with the mum in there.
I haven't spoken to them in a few
Oh,
years. Oh, actually, phew, it's been longer than a few years now. I've been married
oh,
10 years next month. So yeah, it's been a long time.
oh,
Yeah. But yeah, so yeah, she was in New Zealand and then I had to obviously tell him that I was a mother.
yep.
And then I got a message saying we can be friends because, his culture, he can't date a woman that's already got a child. And I was like, that's cool. I wasn't trying to tell you to date you. I was just letting you know because you needed to know, like.
Yeah.
And he was like, oh yeah, fair enough. And then yeah, it went from there. And then we started dating, and then we
Hold
had
on, hold
actually,
on. You started dating after he said you can't date you.
yeah, we started dating. He couldn't
You gotta
he
resist
couldn't say no to
this.
me. Yeah,
Yeah, let's see. Yeah.
it was fun. It was exciting. Like he wasn't like anyone I had ever like been with or
Yeah. In
dated
what
or
way?
whatever. So, oh,
In like,
he
what do you
was
mean?
kind. He was
Yeah.
genuine. He was very like he's so humble. He's just so
Mm.
humble, and his heart's so big, and you can feel it like in his presence. Like you can just he's a teddy bear.
Mm.
And I always told him that too at the beginning. I was like, you're literally my teddy bear, like, and I felt safe.
Ah, my
So,
little teddy bear.
so yeah, that was that. And then because he sorry, husband,
What are
if
you
you're
sorry
watching
about?
this later, but he was actually out here on a visa, so he had to go back to Hawaii. Don't worry, guys, he did not
Oh, it's all good
get
now.
his visa. He didn't get his citizenship through me or anything. He done it through his family and
Oh,
stuff.
who cares if he did? It's
Yeah.
all good. As long as he gets to stay. That's the main thing.
That's
You carry
exactly
on.
it. But because he was in uni, his requirement was to return back to Hawaii for a little bit. But just before then, his mum found out about me and he had to tell her that I had a kid and everything. And then she made him break up with me by phone call. Yeah.
Fuck, I haven't heard any of this. This is
Oh.
way this episode's way more interesting about y'all's relationship. Let's go.
So yeah, we broke up because of his mum told him to,
Yeah.
which I don't hold it against her,
Well, you
obviously.
understand too, eh? Sort of like
Yeah.
what her thoughts are, eh? All of it. Plus, he's got to go back. Well, do you think?
Yeah, well, he only had to go back for a few weeks and then come back.
Oh, okay. Oh,
So then I
like a
was like,
reset, like reset the visa sort of thing. Is it a sort of like that?
yeah, I think, yeah, something like that. So when there's, because he was out here to study, so I
Yep.
think they have to return on like the mid-year break or not
And come
mid-year,
back.
like a specific break or something, and then come back. Um, so that happened. So, but before that, like, well, when he broke up with me, we still hung out. Like,
You ain't got to
you
lie,
know,
Craig.
we
Hey.
still hung out like every day.
If you're listening,
Um,
mum. No.
and then yeah, so then he ended up going back to Hawaii,
Mhm.
and I was with him, me and Carol with him on the day that he had flown back, and then
How long are you like dating and all this? Like at this stage,
this
by
was
the
a
time
few
you.
months. This was only a
Oh,
few months in, yeah, like pretty
so you
early.
got told you got your daughter back from New Zealand by then.
I got my daughter back from New Zealand. Yeah, yeah. So he had met her because yeah, Carol was 7 at the time. Yeah,
Oh, he
so
did say that. He did say that she was here.
yeah. And then when he left for Hawaii, we were still messaging, and I was still on his Facebook, and I noticed like he was in a lot of photos from his cousin, and there was like one girl always like hella Chana.
Mm.
Yeah, man. And I was just
Oh,
like, I was all good, it didn't bother me. And then I was feeling really sick. And then I was messaging him. I was like, man, I feel so sick. He's like, go to the doctor, get checked out, make sure you're okay. I was like, yeah. And because I get, um, what is it? Kidney infections and it makes me
Okay.
really sick. So I was like, I think it's just my kidneys playing up. Went to the
Mm.
doctor and he's like, I think you're pregnant. I was like, nah. He's like, I think you're pregnant. I was like, nah. He's like, let's do a test. I was like, okay. Did a test and he's like, pregnant. I was like, oh shit. Uh-oh. I was like, oh crap. All right. And I was in shock. And then because I used to live like just 10-minute walk from the doctor. So I was walking home and I messaged my best friend and I was like, what the hell do I do?
The
And then
night
she's
out
like,
best friend, the one that was there when you first seen him.
yeah, yeah, my main best friend, yeah. And
Hmm.
I messaged her and I was like, what do I do? She's like, you have to tell him. I was like, oh boy. And I was like, all right. And then I messaged him. I was like, hey, how's your day? Hope you're good. Um, Let me know when you're free to talk. I just need to tell you something. And then he's like, call me now. I was like, all right, sweet. So I called and I was like, frick, my heart was pounding. And I was
Yeah.
just like, oh boy.
Oh, good.
And he was having the best time in Hawaii, living his best life. And then I was like, hey, so I just went to the doctor. He's like, are you okay? Is everything? I was like, yeah, I'm just heading to the hospital now just to have a checkup. They're just a bit concerned about a few things. And he's like, what do you mean? I was like, are you sitting down? He's like, no. I was like, I think you should sit down. And then he's like, okay. And I was like, are you sitting down? He's like, yep. And I was like, okay, well, I'm pregnant. And he's like, dead silent. Like it was the longest silence of my life. And I was just like, oh crap. I was like, I either ruined his life or I I don't know. But he couldn't like register it straight away, I guess. So it took him a while and then we actually started arguing. So I hung up on him. Then I blocked him because I was like, I think it's
Not
best we
the
don't
block.
talk.
Oh, the toxic.
I was like, I think we should just, you know, I'll unblock you when I'm ready to speak to you. So it was probably about 4 days, and then we started chatting again, and he apologized for how he reacted and everything, and I was like, it's all good, like I understand and stuff. And he was like, obviously, I'm in Hawaii, so I'll see you when I come back. I was like, yeah, all good. Yeah, and then it was funny because he was still like, it's so funny because the whole time he was in Hawaii. This girl was really like under his armpit in every photo. And I was like, "Hmm, yeah." And then there was more photos taken, and they were like separate. And I was like, oh, unlucky.
Unlucky dog.
And I always like joke about it to him, and he's just like, oh my gosh. I was like, yeah, I still remember. But yeah, it was pretty hectic. Then and then I think when he had come back, um, I didn't see him straight away. Like,
Okay.
um, his friends were telling him, like, basically stay away if you don't want to like be with her and stuff like that. So and then I was on his case. So we were constantly arguing because I kept saying to him, you need to tell your mum. You need to tell your mum. Have you told your mum yet? You need to tell your mum. And I hit 3 months. I was 3 months pregnant. And I was like, have you told your mum? I told you I was pregnant when I was 6 weeks. It's now 3 months. And he's just like, stop pressuring me. And I was like, your mum is going to kill you if you don't tell her. And you better tell her now. And then
And
he
where was his
eventually
mum? Was his mum living up in Carnarvon in there at this time?
yeah, they were in Carnarvon. Oh no, no, I think they were in another place, but it was north.
In WA, yeah.
Yeah, so yeah, it wasn't Carnarvon at that time, but it was still north side. So yeah, and then he eventually told his mum, and then I got the call like, oh, we're coming back to Perth today. My mum wants to meet you. I was like, "Oh, so what? What? I'm not prepared for this shit." And yeah, so I cleaned up my apartment. I told Kara, I was like, oh my gosh, Eli's coming, his mom's coming. Oh my gosh, I don't know what to do. Oh my gosh. And then yeah. And then from there, as soon as because Kiara opened the door, because I was in the kitchen, she opened the door and his mum just fell in love with her instantly. And it was just so beautiful. And because my hormones were all over the place, like I was crying, and then at the same time, because I was already showing, my I like fully covered my tummy because I felt really uncomfortable. And I was like, oh my gosh, because she kept looking at my tummy, and I was like, don't look at my tummy, please. And I was like, sorry. And yeah, and then she was just, talking to me, like obviously because it's her son, it's her firstborn, and you
Oh,
know
he's the
he's
oldest
the
too.
firstborn. Yeah, he's the oldest, and just like I really can't remember too much of the conversation because I was just like all over the place. Um, and then yeah, like she was like, my car was broken down, and she's like, I'm gonna get your car fixed. You need a car, whatever you need, let me know. Blah 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 blah. And I was
Mm.
and I was overwhelmed by that because my first pregnancy I did it all by myself,
Yeah.
and I literally went from finding out by myself, giving birth by myself, everything
True.
by myself. Yeah. So it was so different having,
Support.
especially, yeah, especially the guy's mother, like,
Mm.
whatever you need, I got you. And whatever Kiara needs, I got her too. And I was like, man, this lady just met her, and this is what she's saying. And like yeah, it was just so overwhelming, and I couldn't stop crying. And yeah, and then um oh, so sorry for throwing my husband under the bus right now, but at that time, like he was telling me like because we had broken up and obviously been apart, like he didn't want to be with me and stuff, but he wanted to be there for the baby and everything. And I was like, yep, all good. It is
Hey,
what it is.
sis, you're not throwing him on the bus. At the end of the day, this is your fellow's journey, your story. Everybody knows what it is now, so that's what
Yeah,
matters. You know what I mean? As long as
yeah.
the journey to get there, it's just so good.
So yeah, that was that. And then his friends were telling him because he did go out and he got a little bit drunk, and he was like, take me to Pet's house. And they're like, don't do it. He's like, take me to Pet's house. And they're like, don't do it, bro. Don't do it. You said you don't want to be with her. Don't go there. And I was just, they get a knock on the door, and there's this big teddy bear just, hi. And I was like, come in.
And how many months is this? Pregnant.
That was the same day that I met his mother.
Oh, okay. On the same
Yeah,
night. Okay.
yeah, yeah,
Shout out to the
yeah,
docs.
yeah. So, and then I think seeing me when he came with his mum, I
Mm.
think that kind of changed his perspective on like what he wanted to do and stuff like that. So, yeah, and then literally from there, we haven't been apart. So it's
Gee.
been, yeah, it's been good.
So what's that now? 10, 11 years? 12 years?
10
12
years
years?
married
10 years?
next month, and
Yeah.
12 years together this year.
What was the proposal like? Was there a proposal or was it just like you better get
Wow,
married?
that's another story.
Yeah, tell me. Let's go. That's what we're here for, sis. We're here for the stories.
So the proposal, there was no proposal. It was you are getting married, and I was like, oh, sweet, okay. And then were planning the wedding, but still no proposal. And it was like 6 weeks until the wedding, and one night, one of my friends at the time in WA asked me to fill in for her team at South Lakes in netball. And I was like, yeah, yep, sweet. And then he was like, oh, his best mate wanted to go out and invited us with him, and he lives near the city. And he's like, we'll go after that. I was like, oh, yeah, sweet, we'll go out. That's all good. And then, so we went to, just before we went to netball, he was like, can we go to the, what do you call it? The bottle shop. I was like, yeah, 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 all good. So we got our drinks for after the game, but he downed a bottle of freaking Malibu straight. And I was like, what the hell? What is he doing? Like, I was like, are you okay? He's like, yeah. I was like, are you that keen? He's like, yeah. And I was just like,
Send
okay. And
it.
I'm playing netball. He's lit. He's so lit because he downed the whole bottle. And then we went to do you know where Perth City is, right? So across the river, and there's the park. It's near the zoo, and you go down the
Oh
hill,
yeah, South Perth.
and then and then you look to your left and you see the whole view of the city, and it's got
Yeah,
the water. Yeah,
yeah,
so that's where we went.
yeah.
That's where we went, and because that was one of my favorite spots in Perth, and that's where we went on one of our dates.
Okay.
So he took me there. And
Mm.
then I was like, why are we here? He's like, oh, Neil's not home yet. We've got to wait for him to get home. When he messages me, we can go. I don't want to just go there and, sit in there, wait for him. I was like, yeah, yeah, all good. So we pulled up, and then he was just acting so weird. And then it's so funny because we then had the conversation. I brought it up. I was like, hey, just wanted to share with you, like, I've finally like um feel okay that you haven't proposed, and we're just preparing like wedding and all that kind of stuff. And he's like, yep. And I was like, so it does suck because I don't have that story to tell, because you didn't propose. Meanwhile, he's shitting himself trying to like get the courage to propose to me. And then I was just like rambling on about, it's okay, I accept it, blah blah blah. And then and then
Really?
we and then we walked off. And then he goes, hey, let's play I Spy. And I was like, yeah, okay, sweet. And he goes, but we'll play it differently. I was like, okay. And then he started explaining it. So he's like, so we're gonna look for the object and say, for example, I spy with my little eye diamond. And I was like, oh, okay. And then he goes, and then you have to look for where the diamond is. And I was like, oh, yep, sweet. And then so he went first, and then I went, and then he went again, and he said diamond. I spy with my little eye diamond. I'm like, where the F is diamond? Like, I can't see a diamond. There's just buildings, and then on one of the buildings, it kind of looks like a diamond and it lights up.
Oh, at the top.
And I was like,
Yeah.
yeah, 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 yeah. And I was like, is it that? And he's like, yeah, I guess again. I'm like, standing there for ages. I'm scratching my head, looking around. I'm like, where the F is this diamond? And then I turn around and he's on one knee.
Yeah.
And there's a diamond in my face. So he had the ring. And I don't know how long he was standing on his knee because I
Oh,
was
because you're
trying.
looking for the diamond, eh? You're too busy looking for it.
I was literally looking for this diamond, and I was like, what the hell? And then I turned around and I was like, oh my God. And honestly, he said all this stuff in my, like, he said, all I remember is like, will you marry me? And I was just like, well, obviously I have to say yes. So I said yes. And then after that, he just said all this stuff. I have no idea what he said. I could not even remember. I was like, holy crap, he actually proposed. So now I have my story. And then we went out. And that was it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And did you already have the other? Did you have first baby first already here? Was there? Or are you still pregnant?
Nini, yes, no, Nini was
No.
born. Yeah, so Nini
Oh,
was
okay.
born in
Baby number
January.
2 on or 3 on ways. Let's go. Yeah.
So yeah, no, baby number three came 2 years later.
Oh, okay, 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 okay. I
Yeah,
thought
so
the night, yeah, they would be
nah,
the night.
we went. Oh, sorry, what is it? Um, yeah, no, Nini came. Oh no, Mele was no, Nini was born in January, and we got married in June. So she was
Oh,
six
yeah.
months old. Yeah.
Where did
Yeah.
you where did you get married? What was that like?
We got married in Harvey in
Oh,
WA. Yeah.
that's right. That's right. The boy did say that too. Harvey.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So we got married at the little gardens there.
Oh, yeah.
So it was really small and intimate. Like it was actually really beautiful. My parents
Yeah.
came.
Were you living down
My
there? Or no?
no, his parents or at the time his parents lived in Harvey. They were based
Oh,
in
okay.
Harvey. So they were based in Harvey, and yeah, so we got married there, but the day of our wedding, he met my dad. So
That
he's
day.
never had that morning. He met my dad.
What was your dad
And
in the
yeah,
lineup or something? Oh no, he would have walked you down
no,
the
no,
aisle.
no,
Maybe that's
no,
right.
no. Yeah, he walked me down the aisle. So yeah, that
Why
was
did it
we
take
thought that
that
was
long to
crazy.
meet him?
Oh, because my parents lived
Yep.
in Queensland, so they
Oh,
couldn't
fair enough.
always come over. And whenever I traveled, I'd travel by myself. Um, or just with the kids to Queensland to visit my family.
Mm.
So yeah, but they obviously came over for the wedding, and yeah, they met then, and then it was just the dad jokes from then on out, and it just makes me cringe. But now they both have dad jokes, so it's so cringe.
Yeah. Did you have a close relationship with your dad?
My biological dad or my stepdad?
So that's your stepdad that he met.
Yeah,
Oh
yeah.
yeah, that's right.
My
Yeah, yeah,
stepdad walked me down the aisle. Yeah, so
yeah.
I didn't actually
Oh,
have a
that's your dad.
relationship
Eh?
with my
You
dad.
call him? Yeah,
Yeah,
that's your dad. That's your
yeah, he's
dad.
my
Shut up.
dad.
Shout
Yeah,
out,
he's my.
dad.
Yeah, no, I was
Yeah.
close with my dad. Yeah.
Yeah. What's the pro? What is he?
My
No,
my
your dad.
dad.
Yeah, what is he? What like Nash?
Um, I'm pretty
What is
sure
he?
he's just like a. I think he's Irish,
Aussie.
Irish Australian. Yeah, like he's Aussie. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah. It's cute. It's cute. But they got along. They got along all good.
Oh yeah, my since the day my mum met Eli, she met him. Why? She met him before I felt pregnant.
Oh.
Um, yeah, because she was visiting me at the time, like quite a lot.
Yeah. Oh, you and your
So she
sister.
would
You
come
and your
over.
sister was over there too. You and your sister.
Yeah, yep, yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
So, yeah, she would come over and visit, and then she met Eli, and then yeah, she loved him from the beginning. And yeah, and then when my dad met him, my dad loves him. Like my whole family loves Eli. So
Yeah, the
yeah.
lovable chap. Yeah,
Oh,
lovable
he
chap
is.
there, fella. Yeah, haha, let's go. Wait, I mean, so he's got three, he's got four kids. He's gonna have any more? Nah, done, did it.
No more, no more. We're done.
Are you
Yeah.
sure?
Yes.
I've heard that before.
It's funny because we went to Tonga in September last year.
Wait, what's that like?
Oh, yeah. Um, my first time going was amazing. The second time we went was a horrible, horrible experience. Then when
Boy.
we went last year, oh, the girls got so sick. Mele and
Oh,
Nia, so they were both because they're the youngest. They got so sick to the point where Mele literally was she could have died if she didn't get medical treatment.
oh, snap.
Yeah, she was really sick. Um,
What kind of, what does she have?
she so it was just they were really dehydrated because the food was going in and then straight out. Like
Mm-hmm.
they couldn't keep anything in their stomach. And then yeah, so Mela ended up getting bacteria in her bloodstream.
Holy right.
So she started to not be able to eat. Same as Nia. She wasn't able to eat. And then whenever they did eat, they would get really sick.
How does that happen, sis? Bacteria in the bloodstream.
Um, you know what? I have no idea. I I have no idea. They just said they found bacteria in her blood. She needed to go on antibiotics immediately. Like they took as soon as they like because we flew when she was sick and we got to Sydney and then from Sydney she just deteriorated like fast. And then our flight from Sydney to Perth was hectic. She had a fever, everything. There was like just her little life was just disappearing on her. Then as soon as we landed, and then we got in the car and everything, like I held her in the front seat, and while we were driving, and she was burning hot. She couldn't even stand up. She couldn't keep her head up. Nothing. Then we went to
Oh,
the emergency, yeah. And then as soon as they looked at her, the nurse just came out, picked her up, and ran her in and they just got to work on her immediately, put the drip in her. She got fluids. They did blood tests, everything, and they started antibiotics immediately because they knew there was something wrong. And then her and Nia both got admitted in, both on the drip, both on antibiotics. So that was the night in hospital for me and the two girls. My
in
husband,
Tonga.
no, this was back in Australia.
Oh, back
This was
then.
back
Oh,
in
okay.
Australia, yeah. But yeah, so we originally went, we had to take Nia to the hospital in Tonga. Um, they prescribed her meds, but I was really not okay with her taking them. And it's not for any bad reason, it's just that like it we're in another country
Yeah.
and I and Nia, like she was only a baby, like what happens if she's allergic to this? or what if something bad happens, like they don't have the medical staff to,
Yeah.
you
They don't have the
know.
setup like in Australia.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
So I was really scared, and yeah, so but we drove around the whole island looking for Powerade to help hydrate them.
Oh,
Like, yeah,
there was
it was
none.
insane. No, we've in the end, after like 2 or 3 hours, we found one place and it was like $16 a bottle. I was like, oh, I don't care. We're gonna
Yeah,
get three
all of
bottles.
them. Yeah.
We're gonna, yeah. And I was just like, they'll just sip on it just because then I know the electrolytes are going
Yeah.
in, and it'll kind of help. But yeah, so
There's no
it was
Powerade. There's probably no Hydrolyte either. Eh? Anyway. Oh,
no,
right.
no. So our last trip last year, we went by how bad our last trip was before that. So I literally had one suitcase, my carry-on suitcase full of medication. We went to the doctor. I got antibiotics prescribed for the girls. It was a just in case. We got
Fair enough.
the nausea wafers prescribed for just in case. I went and got Hydrolyte, I got boxes of Hydrolyte. I
Teta
got
Samsus.
freaking I got the clean wipes, like a whole lot of antibacterial stuff, and just anything if they got bitten, and then all that kind of stuff. Like I was prepared, and
Yeah.
we got there, didn't even have to use any of it.
They've cracked it, masters. Cracked it. You
So I
didn't.
was like,
Phew.
I'd rather travel safe than sorry.
Yeah, you better safe than sorry. Yeah, yeah.
Yes,
Stay ready so you don't got to get ready. Eh?
exactly, exactly. And our trip was just amazing. So, but the only thing is, they all did come back sick, but not
Mm.
bad sick. And I was the only one that didn't get sick because I ate at an Italian restaurant every day while we were in Tonga. So they were eating all the food, but because it's different being made in Tonga compared to here, so they were just, yeah, they were constantly running to the bathroom. I'm like, ha, ha. I'm all good. I'm eating my food from the Italian restaurant. I'm sweet.
What were you ordering from the Tongan Italian restaurant?
Oh, I was ordering bacon and eggs for
Who were they?
breakfast,
Were they
and
like Palangis in there cooking this, or is this
the guy's a
Tongan?
Palangi, and the he's married to a Tongan.
Ah,
So
so
yeah, but it's a really good restaurant. The view from
do
their
you remember
restaurant.
it?
Oh
The
yeah,
name?
I don't know the
Ah,
Bella Vista, Bella
Bella
Vista.
Vista. Shout out Bella
Yeah,
Vista and we
Vava'u
no, no,
in
eh? Huh?
Vava'u,
Vava'u.
Vava'u.
Oh,
Yeah,
Vava'u. Yeah, let's go, fam. Shout out Bella Vista. Vava'u. Let's go.
it was so good. The food there was amazing. Like oh yeah, and I took the girls there when because we went for his Nana's 80th, so he was busy cooking and stuff. So I barely seen him. So I'd go to the restaurant with the girls and would have dinner and stuff there. And that was good. It was heaps good.
There you go, fam. All right. Tonga. Have you done any more traveling since you've been anywhere else?
3 weeks after we returned from Tonga, we went to Fiji. Me and Eli.
Yeah, baby
Um,
number four, baby. Let's
no,
go.
no, no, no. No, he had the stirred up Fiji.
Oh, yeah, yeah. Solid, solid, solid.
Yeah. Yeah, he had the stirred up Fiji, which was pretty good. So I got to experience that with him. He left the day earlier than I did, and
Okay.
I ended up flying over with my two best friends. So we made
Oh,
like a little
party.
weekend. Yeah, it was good. It was so good. It
What
was
is
so
Stirred Up
freaking hot.
Fiji? Is that a festival or something?
It was a concert. So last year's performances were oh my gosh, who was there? Oh, the headliner was at Ease.
Ooh.
But there was like Victor J. Sefo, oh my gosh, Ivanda and her dances, and just a whole other like a lot of performers. But it was really cool because we got to hang out with them and um do like the I got to experience the um oh my gosh, what do you call it? Like sound check and stuff.
Mm.
Yeah, so that was pretty cool. So he was the MC for the night. He shared that role with another MC, but yeah, in Fiji, he's very loved. So once he got on that stage, it was insane. The crowd just went crazy. It was so cool.
Yeah, shout out to Toko, man. Oh, I guess
Yeah.
it's a good segue. So, what's it been like on the other side of the lens for you in this whole journey on the social media thing? What's this been like for you?
It's been crazy. I'm a person that doesn't like people very much.
Oh,
So
thank
I
you for
like
liking me enough to jump on here. Then. Holy Rick.
um yeah, I don't really like I don't know, I have my small group and I'm fine. I have my kids, my husband and family. Like I don't really like people and I don't mean that in a bad way. And I don't like the spotlight and stuff like that. I mean,
Hmm.
sometimes it's like, oh my gosh, and then other times I'm like, oh, freak this.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, especially with the girls because Nia gets very overwhelmed. We didn't realize until do you remember when someone Tonga made it in
Yeah.
the I think in the World Cup and stuff like that? Yeah.
Yeah.
So we had a march here
Oh
and
yeah, yeah. One of those rally things. Yeah, yeah. Great.
yeah, so they asked us to be part of it. So that was all cool. And that was the day we found that Nia was actually really overwhelmed and she froze in front of everybody. But yeah, like it was crazy because, we keep forgetting that she's actually still a baby. Like she's so young, but the way she speaks and carries herself, like you would not think so.
No, not at all.
Yeah, so it was crazy from then. So when we go places and stuff, like you'll see she will literally hold on to me like there's no tomorrow. She'll hide like her face under my shirt and stuff. And like when people are like, "Can we have a photo?" She'll be like, "Only if my mama's in it." And I'm like, "Oh, I don't want to be in a photo, Nia, please." And then like you'll probably see some people posting photos and there's like a white hand just randomly there holding Nia's hand. But yeah, like it's crazy. Like sometimes it's okay, but sometimes it's just so much like we just want to go out for dinner and then people are like, oh my
Yeah.
gosh, we just want to go do something with the family and then everyone's just lining up. Like I understand it,
Yeah.
but
You're
at the same
grateful. It's still
time,
grateful, but yeah.
yeah, I'm just like, oh
It
man,
comes with the territory aces of like
yeah,
being known and
yeah,
being yeah. And the weird thing is that like a lot of people that are I guess some sort of fame or whatever. A lot of times it's them as an individual, but it's used as a
yeah,
family too. So
yeah, yeah.
yeah.
And it's crazy because obviously like it's all Javier's 676 like he's the one that posts everything and and my following comes from that which I'm like that's completely fine and and I appreciate the opportunities that I'm getting as well and everything like that like it's really cool but at the same time I'm just like this isn't me like this is like I
Mm.
had to do an ad today and I was just like
What
oh
did
my God
you?
yeah
Go
it's on my
go.
Instagram story
Oh yeah.
nah.
Go. Give us the ad.
No,
What?
you go look at it. No, it makes me
Yeah. Okay. Let's have a
cringe.
look now. Play on the speaker.
Oh my gosh, no, it's so cringe. Like I just, you know, it's I can't. But I get so many amazing messages and like it's just so nice. But it's yeah, sometimes I'm just like, oh my gosh, I just like I don't even want to go shopping anymore. I just want to stay home, you
True.
know? And like at work, people didn't know who I was until this someone girl walked in the other day and she's like, "Oh my gosh, are you serious?" I was like, "Oh crap!" And that handover, she's like, "Oh my gosh, you're famous." And then the other girl's like, "Wait, what? What are you talking about?" I was like, "Oh, nothing, nothing."
Fans, as you all
Oh
know,
my God.
I drink this tea and I love it. I'm not gonna lie, I freaking love it. I love the results. I love the way I
Oh,
feel. I love being empty. And I know there's a few of you who've got this tea, and I know you love it too. So, guess what, guys? There is a massive sale happening right now. Buy two, get one
can't
free.
believe you're saying
Buy
that.
two, get one free. Freebie, hello, get it. Guys, there's limited stock available, so get on there now. You don't want to miss out. You just don't want to miss out.
Oh
It's gonna sell
no.
out quick. Like, who doesn't want a freebie, guys? Buy two,
Oh my
get one
gosh.
free. Get on the fence. Let's go.
Let's go, baby. Buy two, get one free. Peta
That
Matangi. Let's go,
I
baby.
think for that. You need to go jump on and buy some tea.
All right, then, sis. All right, then.
Oh my
All
gosh, I
right,
can't
then.
believe that.
Hey, that was cool. That was cool, sis. I think
Oh.
you're natural. I think you're natural.
Oh my gosh, no. It makes me cringe.
Yeah.
I feel so embarrassed.
That was cool. That was cool.
Yeah, it's a job.
That actually made me want to go and get some tea.
Oh,
Not just
cool.
because you're forcing me to. No, no.
The link is on there, so go get
that's
it.
it. That's it. Link's on there. Anybody listening? Oh, the link won't be there anymore. But what will you be?
Oh no, but my link will still be my bio because if
Link in
you
the bio, fam.
yeah.
Link in the bio, people. If you want to get some of that free tea, or just get some tea anyway, since you've just got all the tea from Peta Matangi, you might as well go buy some tea. And
Oh
if
my
you
God.
buy one, get one free, maybe. You know?
Oh my gosh. I can't
Yeah.
believe you just said that.
What do you mean? You set me up, sis. You said, my story's
Oh
go
my
watch.
gosh.
So I thought, so I started to watch.
Could have waited.
That was
Oh
cool,
my
sis. That was
gosh.
cool.
Oh
Like,
my
I need some of those tips. One day I'll get, I'll be able to do an ad one day. So I'm going to learn. I'm going to learn from the great Peta Matangi how to do
Oh
it.
no, learn from Javier. He's better at it.
Yeah. Yeah. I
Yeah.
don't know. That was pretty cool. Like you said, who doesn't like a freebie? You know what I mean? That's relatability. It's just, everybody wants a freebie out here.
Oh my gosh. No, for real, these
Yeah.
days everyone loves a freebie.
Yeah. Well, the worst ones though is like when you start a business, like whether it's merchandise or whatever, and then
Yeah.
your family want freebies, but then they'll rather go pay hundreds of dollars to Nike and all those other brands. Bro,
Yeah.
support your homies, huh? Pay top
100%.
$100.
100%. That's
Yeah.
insane.
Or these ones after, can you get some free tea for us? No.
I know I can't actually.
No, but those ones they after you say that in the episode, just can we get some free tea? I'm just joking.
Well, if
But
you go
actually,
to
they
the link in my bio, my
buy
discount
one,
code's there. Nah,
That's
I have a
it.
discount code, so there, that's your freebie.
Yeah. Wait, tell us about this tea, though. So tell us about this tea.
Oh, it's a detox tea, and
Yeah.
it's so funny because I love tea, and I've come across so many detox teas, and they don't do what they say they do. And then I seen this one, and it kept coming up on my feed on Instagram, and I was like, all right, I'll check it out. And I looked it up, and I was reading on it, and I was like, oh, okay. And then I seen people's reviews, and then I went on their Instagram page to see that they were like on 60,000 followers. I was like, okay, maybe this is legit. Then I was like, the only way I'm going to find out is if I buy some. So I bought some,
Okay.
and I drank the tea, and I was shocked as hell because it does exactly what it says it's going to do. So, like, for some people, it takes 3 days, or some people it just takes the first 24 hours, but it immediately cleans you out. Like,
True.
it gets all the crap out, literally, and you're like less bloating, and so you do it for 14 days,
Yeah.
and you can do it again, like you can keep doing it, just not.
You can
Oh,
just
well,
do it.
I don't like doing it straight away, but I like a month or so break and then do it again. So like even if you like have a bad month where you're just like, oh my gosh, I'm gonna binge eat for the next week, drink the tea, everything you ate will be literally gone from your body. It'll just be gone. Yeah, it's so good. Yeah. Yeah.
Wow.
And
That's
then
good.
because I've been on a weight loss journey myself. It's
Yeah.
just not a public
How's that
thing.
going?
It's good because I actually didn't realize how much weight I lost until I did the ad for these guys.
Okay.
My first original ad, because they said you need to do a before and after. And my before photo just absolutely disgusted me. And I was like, what the heck? And my starting weight was actually 120. So now, yes, that's the story. Yeah. So that's my before and after video. So yeah, and it wasn't until I seen that photo I was like, holy crap! And that was just last year.
And what you putting in that analysis?
I'm sitting at 94
Far out.
from 120. Yeah,
That's big drops, and it's harder. It's a lot harder for women to lose weight too.
it is.
Good on
Yeah,
you, so
yeah.
doing,
Thank
baby.
you.
That's cool.
I'm still going, and I'm not gonna lie. That actually helped a lot in the last few weeks, so that it's good. But yeah, yeah, it is hard work, but my husband is literally motivating me because I'm watching him, and I watch
Yeah.
his vlogs as well.
Wait, how
So
do you
when I
think?
go
I watch them every
to
week. That's good.
yeah, I
Yeah.
work because I work
Correct.
night shifts, so I got work tonight, so I'll watch his vlog because I haven't watched
Mm.
the latest one yet. So I'll watch that, and then like I'm like, yeah, I'm going to the gym tomorrow. Yeah, let's do it.
Yeah. Let's
So
go, docs. Lovely.
yeah,
Oh, I love this. Hey,
yeah.
so anything else you wanna touch on before we get out of here? I got a couple of questions though, but just in case there's anything that any more tea
No,
you wanna spill. No.
no, no, I'm good.
Oh, if you could have one meal for the rest of your life, which one do you choose?
Ooh, this is a bit random, but I would eat fried rice, dumplings, and spring rolls.
Oh, do we need tea after that, or now we're good?
Ah, no, we're good.
Okay.
Yeah.
What are you washing it down with?
Um, Either a Coke Zero or water.
Coke Zero or water?
Yeah,
Hmm.
yeah.
Okay. Coke Zero or water. All right then. If you could have one superpower, which one do you choose and why? Maybe even create one if you want to. Some people create them. I've heard some cool
Um,
ones.
I don't know about creating one. I don't really think like that. But the answer to that question is, do you know the movie Jumper
Yeah,
or
like
Jump, whatever his
teleporting.
name is? Yeah.
Teleporting.
So, because I hate flying. So if I can just see where I want to go and go there,
Yeah.
yeah,
Well,
that is
that'll be
it.
mean. Take the
Yeah,
family with
and
you too. Just
cheaper too.
oh, yeah. Teleport.
Yep, that's it.
Yeah, that's always mine. I just think you can
Yeah.
use that in so many ways. Like you
Oh,
could help the
absolutely.
poor. You could do so many things. You could feed.
Mm,
What I mean, if they're holding like all these people, kids are starving, and like how they like throw heaps of food, heaps of kai out, like all the
yeah,
supermarkets and that when it's like
yeah,
should still be eaten. You can just gather all that up and then just teleport it to all the brothers to munch. You know what I mean? There's heaps of
yeah,
ideas, heaps of cool things you
yeah.
could do with it, and obviously have
Absolutely.
breakfast, lunch, and dinner in different places.
Exactly. That'll be so
Yeah,
cool.
we'll have breakfast every in a different place every day.
100%. I'm there for that.
Yeah, teleporting. All right, then teleporting. Give us any advice for someone on the other side because there's a lot of people that are partners. Obviously, I know you have your little social media thing too, but like as you said, it's the bro is the front and center of the whole empire of the empire. How do you as a partner to someone that's in the limelight or spotlight? How does someone deal with that?
I guess just be like for me, I'm just there for my husband because sometimes like he stresses real fast and easy. So I'm the one that
Or calming, eh?
calms him, and when he does his MC gigs and stuff, he gets so nervous, but as soon as he looks at me, like I know to stand somewhere where he can see me, and then he's just like, okay, yeah, sweet.
Yeah,
But like,
yeah. I
yeah, for
love.
me, I'm just like, I just try and keep him calm and just like remind him, like, just it's now like a job for him. So I just remind him like why he's doing it and that he's always wanted to do these things. And yeah, and then he just comes back down, and yeah, so I just,
Yeah.
and I help him with the kids because sometimes he does a video for like Nike, when we did the video for Nike, like his patience dropped, but then I stepped in and like I took over, and he was just like, okay, and I was like, because the kids aren't gonna get in trouble for nothing, and he's not gonna stress over nothing, and then the video happened, and it took quicker
Mm.
than and so yeah, just pretty
Yeah.
much be there to keep him calm and put him in place as well.
Solid. That's
Yeah.
that whole like when people think what they call it relationships or marriages are 50-50 all the time, they're not always like this day we sometimes you gotta pick up the slack for each other.
Sometimes you do,
Yeah.
yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Good
And
on
there's
you,
no
sis.
problem
Good
with
on
that.
you, Spiff. Yeah, that's life,
Thank
eh?
you.
And I'm sure he probably would but sometimes when you're not a honey too, 100%.
Yes, 100%. Yeah. Yeah. Absolutely.
Hey. Visualization, sis, 10 years from now. Well,
10 years from
what do you want
now.
life to look like for yourself? Peta Matangi. You as an
Um,
individual, and then we can go you and your husband and family, whatever. But let's go you as an individual. personally?
In 10 years, I'm hoping that by the 10 years, I have my own business. Um, setting it up so then the girls can run it when I
Yeah.
eventually leave this earth. So
Or maybe you want to
yeah.
retire too before that. Do you know?
I don't know.
It's got to work to the end there.
I feel like I want to be there every step of the way
Yeah.
with the girls, just so there's nothing missing from that, like when it's my time.
Yeah. Oh,
Yeah,
that's dope. And what about you? Oh, I guess that's the whole thing, really. That's family as well.
basically. Yeah.
Yeah, I like that one, sis. I just want to say,
Yeah.
sis, time's the most valuable commodity we have as humans. The one thing we can never get back. We can always get back money, we can always get back things, but time spent is time lost. So thank you for sharing over an hour and 10 minutes, 20 minutes, whatever it's been with myself and anybody that listens to this for years to come. I hope it's not the last time we sit down
Yeah.
with you and your hubby. We connect in the physical too, and have a little bite to
Yeah.
eat or something. Yeah, and just success to you and everything that you do and achieve as a family, and success to you as an individual. Thank you for opening up the door to other stories that may not have been heard so far, and also giving me a chance to be your first podcast. I'm sure there'll be many
Yes,
more
thank you
requests.
so much.
No, all good, just keen heads. I was grateful, and when you told me I've never been on, I was like, oh, that's cool. That's tough.
Yeah, no, thank you so much for this. It's been cool. It's been
No, big
fun.
loves. Thank you so much for watching this full episode of Mind the Mic. It takes a lot of time, energy, and effort to create these episodes. So to know that you've watched and listened to the entire thing means the world to myself and all our hosts. If you could, before you leave, please hit the subscribe button and share this episode out to as many people as possible. It would help us so much. Thank you again to everybody that's still here, still watching. Thank you for all your comments, all your shares, all the DMs. Appreciate you all. Make sure you follow us on every platform. Have an awesome morning. Have an awesome night, depending on where you are in the world. Mind the mic out.
Oi, have you hit the link in bio yet?
Watch full episodes on YouTube or listen on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, and all streaming platforms.